It's Lynnea. Hi, Roberta, you're already here. How exciting! Let's see, I am, as always, pulling this video up on my phone so that you guys can chat. I'll be able to see your comments. If you have questions, comments, please leave them in the chat. I'll be able to answer them, or the people at ThermOWeb should be able to answer them as well. So today, we are going to be looking at the brand new Basket of Fun toner sheets. There are two patterns this time. This pretty, let's grab this one, this Easter egg pattern, as well as these adorable bunnies. Aren't they so cute? So cute. I love both of these. And so there are, just like last time with the toner sheets, I think we're gonna say there's three packs, three ways to get these, but there's a bunch of different designs. So you're going to be able to get the A2 size toner sheets together. So you would get both the eggs and the bunnies and the A2. So you're going to get the white and the craft in one pack. There's slimline size too. Let me grab those. Yours will have pretty packaging. I'm on the ThermOWeb design team, so I don't get the pretty packaging, but yours will be nice and fancy. And again, you're going to get the pack just like this. You're going to have both the Easter eggs and the bunnies in white and craft in the slimline, or the A2. Let me grab those. Or A2. And then there's also a pack of clear toner sheets, and that's what we're going to be using today, are the clear toner sheets. And again, you're going to have both Easter eggs and the bunnies. In addition to these new toner sheets, there are 5 colors of foil that are currently on sale on the ThermOWeb website. So I'm going to give you a quick peek at those too. They're the ones I have here. So let's start with the Deco foil colors of foil that are on sale. We have pink melon and teal. And I will leave links to the Baskets of Fun toner sheets as well as the foils that are on sale. I'll put those in the video description. It takes me about 15 minutes after I end this video to update. So if you want direct links to any of the products I'm using today, come back and check that. So here we go. Pink melon and teal are the colors of Deco foil transfer sheets that are on sale. And then we have some Gina K fancy foils, jelly bean green, and dazzling orange. This jelly bean green is a new color to me, and I thought it was super springy and fun. This is what I used these bunnies. I used the jelly bean green. You can see how it's like a fun little Easter yellow green color. And then the Brutus Monroe and Deco foil that we have is the purple sketch. Isn't that so cool? So let me show you, I foiled the Basket of Fun toner sheets using each of the colors. So here's that Gina K Designs Jelly Bean Green. Let's see if I can find the Dazzling Orange. I think I did bunnies in Dazzling Orange. Here we go. That's the clear toner sheet in Dazzling Orange. Next up we have the Pink Melon. And I had 6 pieces to foil, and so I picked my favorite color to do twice, and that was the Pink Melon. So here's Pink Melon on both the white and the craft. This is the Brutus Monroe Purple Sketch. I love when you tilt this, you kind of get that holographic effect. It's purple, it's rainbow, there's these sketchy lines through it. It's so fun. And then here is the teal. That's a new color to me too. All really pretty. Let's see. So we're going to jump right on in. Let's make a shaker card. One of my favorite things to do with the clear toner sheets is to use this as your acetate piece to make a shaker card. You already have some fun designs in the foreground on the toner sheet, so you don't have to do anything fancy with your background. I'm just going to be using a plain piece of cardstock in the background and letting these toner sheets kind of shine through. I used the bunny background in my video tutorial that I did for the ThermOWeb YouTube channel today. So I haven't made a card yet. I've played and I foiled the Easter eggs, but I haven't made a full project. So that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna use these Easter eggs because I'm dying to use them. I think they're adorable. So I've already cut, these will be 8.5 by 11 sheets. I cut them in half so that I could foil them. So I have a piece left that I can use for today's project. What color do I want to foil with though? I did maybe we'll go purple sketch. Let's go purple sketch. Just because I love this one so much. So I'm going to open up my foil transfer sheets here. These are, I think they're 6 by 12. The Brutus Monroe are 6 by 12, yes. But like I said, I foiled with this piece before, so I have a spare piece. I always keep all my spare pieces of foil in my packaging so that when I need a new piece, I don't necessarily have to cut down a huge piece. I do want to mention I have my laminator off to the side. It is already heated up. I plugged this guy in at about 1:45. So I'm on the Eastern time zone, so it's about 2 o'clock for me. So about 20 minutes ago I plugged it in. The ready light has been on for 10 to 15 minutes. That's a big tip that I like to give when I am giving tips on foiling and laminating, is to make sure that your laminator is fully heated before you try to laminate. Otherwise you might kind of get some splotchy areas. So I have this purple sketch. I'm going to lay it over top of my toner sheet, and I think somebody gave me a tip last time that said the matte side should go against the back of the foil, which was a tip that I didn't know. I always kind of felt the transfer sheet on the clear ones because the non-foilable side, the back, is completely flat. The part with the toner on it kind of has a little bit of just a tiny, tiny bit of a roughness to it. So you want to make sure that the toner side of your toner sheet, so toner is touching the back of the foil. Pretty side up is something I like to say. And I'm just going to trim off a piece that is slightly larger than my background. I'm using Deco foil parchment paper as my carrier sheet through my laminator today. When I got this was a real game changer for me. I don't know what is different about this, but it works fabulously for me. I have a piece, let's see, that I've already cut down. I cut it down to a 6 by 6 just because that's something that, maybe it's 8 by 8. Either way, I cut it down smaller so that it'll go right through my laminator. I'm going to put my toner sheet background into the carrier. Remember that your toner is touching the back of the foil. And then I'm going to run it through just like this. Oh, I apologize if you hear sneezing. My poor son, he's 5. He has been sick. Yesterday he kind of got sick, and then today he has the sniffles, the sneezing. The weather here has been crazy. We got 22 inches of snow a couple weeks ago, and then it was 50 degrees. And then it was 10 degrees, and then it was 30, and then it was like 0. So we have more snow on the way this weekend. Well, not this weekend, actually. Today is Wednesday, so it's coming tonight. We're getting 18 inches of snow tonight. That'll be exciting. All right, this is running through the laminator now. That's the longest part of laminating, is waiting for it to come through your laminator. It came through once. I flipped it over, and I'm going to put it through one more time. I don't honestly know if that makes a difference, but it's something I've always done, so it's just what I do. But we're almost through now. Here we go. I'm going to give this just a minute to cool. And then I'm going to peel this back on itself. And when I do that, I don't just rip it off. I think of it when you are removing purple tape from when you're masking or something. You kind of want to peel it off onto itself. That way you're not just tearing it. Again, that's just my tip. So I'm just going to kind of pull that back on itself. You can see how cleanly that foiled. And I can use this negative piece if I want to. It's kind of hard to see. Let me grab a white piece of cardstock. As a crafter, you'd think I would have one like readily available at my fingertips, but let me get one. So look at that. You can easily use this. If you have full toner sheets from ThermOWeb, you can lay this and put this back through your laminator on a toner sheet. Or what I like to use are double-sided adhesive sheets, and then I don't even peel this off. I just stick it on there like a sticker almost. So that's the negative piece. Here's the positive piece. This is what we're all here to see, that purple sketch foil. I'll try to catch it in the light because it is absolutely stunningly gorgeous. Let me try putting that on a black or on a white piece of cardstock. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Isn't that super pretty? I love that sketch foil. All those little lines in there are super, super fun and super pretty. Okay, so that is, somebody has a question. I'm reading it now. Has the dry brush been discontinued or is it out of stock? I am not sure, Jean, which product you're referring to, so I will look into that and I could send you a message or a return comment and I will look into that for you. All right, so I turned off my laminator because it's hot and I'm prone to injuring myself. Lime green behind it would make it pop. It would, and you know what? I had originally thought of doing the pink melon, and so I grabbed this yellow piece, but maybe we'll switch for lime green. The question is, do I have lime green? And look at this. Let's try and see. Okay, we'll do that. I'll cut this down. This will be my background to go right behind it. Oops, I just dropped it on the floor. Okay, thank you for that recommendation of color. I don't love green, so I often don't grab green, even when it will make a project look better. I'm really bad about doing that. I love yellow and I love pink, so I tend to gravitate my crafts towards those colors. Oh, let's see, Jean is saying, oh, thank you, ThermOWeb, for answering that question for me. I wasn't sure about that. Okay, so let's make our shaker card. To make a shaker card, you need a frame. You can easily cut the frame from white cardstock if you have one of those paper trimmers, like the Fiskars that you can slide the blade up and down and drop it in and out. I have this frame die, and let me show you. They are from Pink and Maine. There's lots of frame dies on the market. You can use any of them that you have in your stash. I just really like this kind of reverse scallop. I like how it frames. They look like clouds to me. So let's adhere the Basket of Fun toner sheet onto this frame. I have iCraft Easy Tear tape here. I'm running low. This is what my favorite double-sided adhesive. This one is, I think it's just the 1/4 inch thickness. It's my most used one, but I am not good at measurements. You'd think for somebody who crafts on an almost daily basis, I would be able to eyeball things and say, yes, that is 1/4 inch. But my husband laughs at me because I am quite terrible at eyeballing anything. And actually, when if I am anywhere and I want to know the measurement of something, I ask him, I'm like, compare this to an A2 sized card, and he'll be like, it'll take up half of it. And I'm like, okay, great, thank you. That's how bad I am at measuring. I'm going to just burnish this iCraft Easy Tear tape onto the back side of my frame. And then I will be able to easily just peel off the backers. As long as I can see where the backer ends. It does really come off. If you see me struggling, I've been having some problems with my eyesight, so it is nothing against the tape. It's my lousy eyeballs. Peeling this off. Let's see, can I get my nail under? There we go. And then those backers just go right in the garbage. And now you're just going to adhere this on to your Basket of Fun toner sheet. I'm going to use this green cardstock as a guide so that I'm not going white on white. It's easier for me to see if I do it this way. And I'm just going to line this up. Ooh, I think I got that almost perfect. And then again, I'm going to use my bone folder and burnish that into that Easy Tear tape. And then this toner sheet is not going anywhere. I don't think I could get it off if I needed to. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Those little eggs floating around on that frame. So now, in order to make a shaker card, we need to pop this up. And I recently added to my craft room these iCraft 3D foam strips. If you've watched my lives before, you know I love these guys, the foam squares, because they're thick and they really pop an image up off the card. And then I was on the website and I saw these foam strips. And they are the same thickness as the squares, just in strip form. So I'm going to grab some scissors. They are thick. Let's see, they're 1/2 inch thick. I don't need them to be that thick, so I'm just going to trim them actually into quarters. One was already cut in half, and then I'm going to cut it in half again. And I'm just going to add these foam strips right around my scalloped frame. When you're making a shaker card, you want to really make sure that all your foam tape on the edges, that it's, oh, the backer came off of that one. That one's okay. That's okay. It has to come off anyway. You want to make sure that you're forming, I call it a well. So even though this is a square, you want to form a well and make sure that none of your sequins are going to be able to escape. We don't want escaping sequins. The first shaker card I made many, many moons ago, I had sequins falling out for days. They were all over my house. And then one time I made a seed bead shaker card, and I still find those. I swear it's been 5 years and I still find those little beads all over because I didn't make sure that my edges of the foam tape were touching. Oh goodness, again, I think this tape is coming off. That's okay. So I'm butting up the edges of my foam tape, and I'm just trimming off the excess as I get down towards the bottom. One last piece, got to remove that backer. And then, oh, find the sticky side. There we go. Okay, so now you can see that all 4 sides of my tape, all 4 corners, I guess I should say, are touching. Let's get that out of the way. So we're touching here at all 4 corners. My next tip for shaker cards, because I get asked a lot, how do you stop? Yes, the release paper is so easy to get off, even for me. It's really easy. I like to use a powder tool. People ask me, how do you stop the sequins from sticking to the sides of your foam tape? This is my trick. I have this powder tool. This is old. I have probably had this for 8 years, but I believe they're still on the market. If not, you could just dip a paintbrush into some cornstarch or some flour or something. You just want to run it right along the edge of your foam tape. This one I have the backer tape off, so you don't want to put it right on top because I still want that to stick, but just right along the edge so that you are kind of covering up any adhesive on the edge of the foam tape. And now let's add our sequins. I'm going to remove the backer first, and that is just because when I add my sequins in, I want them to stay where they are. And if I put my sequins in and then go to remove the foam tape, sometimes my background jumps, and so then my sequins go everywhere and then they do stick to the foam tape. So I remove my backer tape first. I have these sequins. They're from Simon Says Stamp Holographic Rainbow. I think I've had them maybe a year. You don't have to have these same ones. Grab whatever sequins you like and love. And I'm just going to put some in here. I thought they would just go nicely with those Easter eggs. They were kind of Easter colors. I don't want to put too many in. I have this dilemma. I either put way too many in or not enough, and then I end up sealing up my shaker, and I'm like, well, it is what it is. I think we're going to go with that because there's a lot going on, and I don't want to take away from the toner card front. I want those Easter eggs to be kind of front and center. Then we're going to grab our, I don't know what we want to call it, the backer, the paper that's going to seal up our shaker, and I'm going to put this right over the back. And then I'm going to give this a good press to really make sure that that tape is adhering to the cardstock and nothing is going to go anywhere. And let's see, I didn't get it lined up perfectly. That's okay. The good thing about that green piece in the background is that it's in the background. We could hack at it and nobody's going to know. look at this. I'm gonna hold this up to the camera because those sequins are shaking and moving around in there, and it just kind of adds something fun to the background. The focus is still definitely on these fun Easter eggs, but then you have those shakers in the background. It's hard on camera because the camera is focusing so much on the foil that you can't really see the sequins, but in real life, definitely give this a try. It's a really fun technique. And if you think you don't want to do the sequins, I think it's fun to just pop up the Basket of Fun toner card front just onto the cardstock on its own. You don't have to put the sequins in there. It would be really fun with just the dimension and not including the sequins. Let's go ahead and just embellish the front really quickly. I don't have a lot of Easter and spring sets in my stash, which is something that I clearly need to remedy for next year's cards. But I do have this set from Pink and Main. This is from their Easter release last year, and I thought, how cute would these little Easter eggs be with the Easter eggs here? So I went ahead and I stamped and colored some before I came on today's video. And I'm just going to kind of pick out a couple of them. I know I want to use this bunny because he's awfully cute. I wonder if I should go down towards the bottom. Well, we'll see. This is my process. It's not really a real process. I just kind of stick things on and then move them around. Let's see. This little chicken is awfully cute, so let's add him in there. And I went back and forth between, do I want to pop these guys up or do I want to adhere them with liquid adhesive? And I think I'm going to go liquid just because I don't think I like that flower. That doesn't fit. Just because we have so much dimension already from that foam tape. So I think I'm going to go something along the lines of this. And I'm going to grab my liquid adhesive. This is my go-to liquid adhesive. You can see it's well loved, it's well used. I use this on almost every single card. It's the iCraft Ultra Bond liquid adhesive, and I do have the metal tip on it so that I get a fine line of glue. I keep a pin in mine just so that it doesn't dry out, but I'm not even sure that you have to. It's just something that I'm used to doing. And I am going to, maybe I'll show you my little trick for adhering things onto a card. I'm going to get these positioned exactly how I want them to be. So let's tuck that guy down so he looks like he's kind of, let's go like that. I'm going to grab my purple tape. The 1/2 inch purple tape will work just as well, or you could use the 1.5 inch, totally doesn't matter. And I'm going to grab 2 pieces and layer them together so that I have about a 3/4 inch wide piece of tape. Then I'm going to just pick up all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these images all at once. I didn't get that last egg. That's okay. The tape wasn't thick enough. We'll add one more little piece there. And then I can work with these images all together as one piece when I'm gluing them. And this is something that I do when I'm using foam tape or liquid adhesive. It just makes my life a lot easier. Now you're only going to be able to get what's showing off the back. So once I put these on, you can see I kind of use this as a handle. I can remove the tape after it dries for a second, and then I'll just squirt some more of that iCraft Ultra Bond liquid adhesive right under where the images are overlapping. I'm just going to give this a second to adhere, and then you're just going to peel off the purple tape. Let's see, that little chickie didn't get stuck down. I didn't get a lot of glue on him. But this is where I'm just going to kind of peek that needle nose under any of the areas that I maybe didn't get glue on with that technique. But this is just going to give me an easy way to keep my arrangement the same. Some people like to take a picture and work it that way. Some people just go right from memory, but I can't do that. Once I get something set up the way I like it, if I pick it up, I will never get it back that same way again. I'm gonna have that little chickie. Pop him in right here. And it just takes a second to adhere just because you're going on to the something slick like the clear toner card fronts. But there we go. All done. Let's put that away. Get rid of my garbage. And ouch, that's it for today. So while I just kind of finish up here, if anybody has any questions, please let us know. If you have comments, something you'd like to see in the future, let us know. I'm going to hold this up for you so you can see all that shiny goodness. I used the Basket of Fun toner card front. I used the clear, and these are 8.5 by 11. I just cut it down. And then I used the Brutus Monroe, oh goodness gracious, purple sketch foil over the top to give it that fun foiled background. The Basket of Fun toner sheets are limited edition, so head over to the ThermOWeb shop. I will update the video description below with the direct links to the Basket of Fun toner sheets. Probably about 10-15 minutes it takes for me to update that, but they are limited edition, so make sure you grab those. And then remember too that the 5 foils, the pink melon, I think it was, yes, pink melon, teal, the purple sketch that we used today, and then the 2 Gina K Designs ones. Dazzling Orange and Jelly Bean Green, they are on sale for a limited time as well. So that's all for today. I'm going to take one last peek and make sure that anybody has, I don't think anybody has any questions. So that's all. We will be back in, I believe that it is March the next time we're back. I think it's 2 weeks, March 3rd. That's crazy that we'll be in March that quickly. So thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for watching, and I will see you again in 2 weeks. Bye, you guys.